Bills fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this was likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shut up, the Bills! It's not outside! It's not outside! Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Want me now listen, everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition, they say we trippin'. They better get out our way. Top of the table, we flippin'. We on a mission, got an unstoppable team. Continue to follow your dream, by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
And a good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Coast to Coast podcast. I am your co-host, Beyond 716, as always, here from the West Coast, and on the East Coast, we have the one, the only Whittle 2K. And today, we're going to talk about the Bills 4-0 start. We'll get into the Saints game. We'll start previewing Sunday night as an old friend comes back into the house on what's going to be a whiteout night for the new rivalry jersey. So it should be very exciting on Sunday Night Football. And we'll get into some breakdowns of what Whittle saw here in the Saints game. We'll go over some injuries, and we want to hear from you in the chat. Don't forget to give us a follow at Do Champions for our show and other great content you will see about the Bills. And we'll get some Sabre stuff too, just putting it out there. Hockey season's around the corner. October, it's one of our favorite times of year. All the sports are gearing up. So, Whittle, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. 4-0. Done with the first, I guess, was it the first third of the season?
Or yeah, can you believe it? Just like
season?
that.
Yeah.
It's like gone, right? It goes so fast.
Yeah, man. The season is off to I don't want to say a weird start, but it's kind of a weird start. Like, you don't expect to see, certain teams in the position that they're in. It's unfortunate, but, kind of just is what it is. The Ravens are looking really, really bad right now. They got a bunch of injuries. It's one of the teams that I expected to challenge, to be one of the challengers for the conference. So, the Jets are, they have no wins. Miami has one. Again, like we already have a 2-game lead in the division. Looking to stretch that out. If after the first 5 weeks of the season, if you can be up 3 games on your division, I think that's in a great spot, and that puts us in position to solidify that 6th division title in a row and guarantee ourselves a home playoff game. In addition to, what we're trying to accomplish, which is for the first time since Josh Allen's been here, capture the 1 seed and, have the AFC playoffs go through Buffalo. We have a great advantage, obviously, with the fan base, with the stadium, with the weather, all of those things involved. So, we get to play a team like the Chargers or the Broncos in New York, in Buffalo, in Orchard Park, a night game, you know what time it is. It's gonna be
Hmm.
cold, it's gonna be windy, so it's not a pleasant place to play football, but um,
Mm-mm.
that's the advantage that we have. So that's where we are right now, man. Your thoughts on the Saints game?
Listen, it wasn't as easy of a win as a lot of prognosticators and probably we thought it would be. And sometimes, Will, sometimes you got to look at things as objectively as you can, right? And we as Bills fans, I think not us, but the general public, we become spoiled, right? We blow a lot of teams out, especially since this run started. And sometimes you just got to give some credit to the other team. I mean, the Saints played a solid football game, all things considered, considering, like you mentioned last week, about the injuries they've had, right? And the
Right.
guys that they have out. I thought they played a very spirited game. I thought they played hard. I think some of their rookies really balled out, which we'll get into. I think, they put themselves in a position to pull off one of the biggest upsets in a while in the regular season. So I'm going to give them credit to start. And listen, the Bills do what they have to do, Whittle. And granted, it's not it's not the toughest opponent on our schedule, but the Saints have played three tough games now. They played San Francisco tough, they played us tough, and they played Arizona tough. Maybe they're not as bad as their record indicates. Maybe, they're not a good team, but maybe they're not as dreadful as a lot of people think that they are. But we got it done when we had to. It's an out of conference game, and we just keep moving on. We stayed off the radar this week, right? Everybody's talking about, like you said, about the Ravens, right? About the implosion we're seeing in Baltimore. If the Bills would have lost this game, Widow, we would have been front and center. Our spaces would have had 500 people in it, as we know, right? We all know this would have happened, but we stayed away from it. It's just okay. You won by double digits, great. You move on to the next week, and that's all you got to do this time of year. You set yourselves up for the most important parts of the year coming up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, when you're the Buffalo Bills at this point now, it's about January football. Um, you got to do what you got to do to make sure you get there, so you take care of the games in the regular season. And Coach Brady says it best, man. Every week, the Buffalo Bills are trying to go 1-0. Um, so,
Hmm.
go. We were able to do that last week with a win against the Saints on Sunday. Like you said, the Saints definitely did play a pretty good game. They get paid just like they get paid just like everybody
Hmm.
else, man. So you can never take a team for granted, um, and just assume that it's going to be an easy win. They're going to lay down because they did lay down. They fought. They played well. They were healthier on the offensive line than I had anticipated.
Hmm.
Talisa Fuaga played. They also had Calvin Banks, who was a
Hmm.
rookie, and he played. I mean, he was very good. He was better than I expected.
Yeah.
Trevor Penning, Cesar Ruiz, etc. Like they had their whole offensive line out there. I thought we did a good job um, against Alvin Kamara. I don't think we did a good job against their other running back. I think his name is Miller.
Hmm.
Let me make sure. Yeah,
I believe.
Keandre Miller, and we definitely didn't do a great job against Spencer Rattler either. Now,
Hmm.
both those guys averaged, about 6 or more yards a carry.
Hmm.
Keandre Miller had the touchdown. Um, Kamara had some pretty big runs, but nothing like super super duper explosive. There was
Yeah.
never a moment where I felt like Alvin Kamara was imprinting was putting his stamp on the game. I never
Hmm.
felt that way. Um, Spencer Rattler, continued to prove that he deserves to be a starting quarterback. Their defensive line, we talked about that last week, was as advertised. They were very good.
Hmm.
Carl Granderson, Cam, Cameron Jordan. Both
Yep.
both guys had sacks. Um, Brian Bresee also had a solid game. A couple of
Hmm.
TFLs for him. Let me make sure I'm giving everybody their just due. Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
TFL and a sack. Excuse me.
He was solid. He
How
was
many
very
sacks
solid.
did we give up? Jeez. Oh, 3 sacks. Yeah. So
Three,
the three
three.
guys,
Could have
the
been
three guys
four.
we mentioned, the three
Yeah.
guys that we mentioned last week,
Hmm.
Granderson, Brissy, and Cam Jordan, all three of those guys had sacks.
Hmm.
They pretty much were able to get pressure. Um, Ryan Vandermark had a rough first half. He was beat pretty. He was beat pretty soundly a number of times in that first half, directly leading to negative plays. One was a near interception.
Hmm.
And the other ones were just sacks. And we had a fourth down opportunity. He trips over the feet of one of the other offensive linemen. Vandermark falls to the ground. We get stopped on a 4th and 2. Looks like had he been able to stay up, we were going to be able to convert that. But outside of that, the Buffalo Bills offensively, James Cook um, continues to make his case as a top 5 running back in the NFL. I don't have him there yet, but he certainly
Hmm.
is playing that way. Every game this year, I believe he's had 100 yards.
Yep.
I know he's had a rushing touchdown every single game this year, and he's pretty much dominating the snaps and the carries at running back, but he's very very he's been very 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 productive. Um, Defensively, I don't want to harp too much on the offense. Keon had a
Hmm.
strong game. We threw it to Josh Palmer a couple times. He had a reception. I don't think he had more than one. I think he had one. Let me see. 2 catches. So Palmer had 2
Yep.
receptions. Keon Coleman 3 catches, all in the
Hmm.
first half. I mean,
Yep.
I saw one of his reps against. I want to say that was Kool-Aid. One of his reps against Kool-Aid McKinstry was so much better than what I saw last year. There were no wasted
Hmm.
steps. He ran a quick. He ran like a deep curl where he just runs. He goes up about 10 to 15 yards, turns, the ball's there, he makes the catch, and then I just thought it was excellent. No wasted
Yep.
steps in his route. He was out of his break in two. He was into his break and out of his break
Hmm.
in 2 steps. That was excellent, excellent. Uh, and he continues to assert himself as the next receiver, a number one guy.
Yep.
Khalil Shakir, 5 receptions, 69 yards. The screen pass that he caught broke a bunch of tackles. I'll see you at the parade. That sounds good, man. I hope so. Um,
Yeah. That
yeah,
sounds good too.
Shakir. Yeah, Shakir contact balance really, really good. Broke a couple tackles, got down the field, and was able to score. Um, Kincaid had a touchdown. Jackson Hawes made a few plays. Curtis
Hmm.
Samuel with a reception, his first of the year. I thought the route he ran and his burst after the catch, I thought that was pretty good as well. They used
Hmm.
him as like a kick returner. I didn't really understand or like that. Uh,
No.
I'm actually not even sure why he continues to not get a jersey, and Elijah Moore is continuing to get a jersey. That's just kind of I don't know. I don't get it. I think Curtis Samuel brings a little bit more to the table than Elijah Moore, but you know that's I'm not gonna question the coaching staff too much.
Hmm.
I do want to get into the defense a little bit.
Yep.
Not the best showing. I thought we were better in some areas, but tackling was not good.
Hmm.
Um, we
No.
missed a number of tackles. Yeah,
Yep.
and then it's just there were opportunities to make plays, um, and guys just for whatever reason, whether it was they stumbled or just kind of just I don't. I mean, it was just there were just times that guys could have made plays and should have made plays, and they just weren't able to. Cole Bishop did, however, make a play. Um, he got
Yes.
his first interception of the year, which was
Hmm.
excellent. Um, you know, I'm sure everybody's seen that already, so we're not gonna get into that. But strong game again from Daquan Jones, in my opinion.
Hmm.
He continues to look good. Another strong game from our rookie defensive tackle, Deion Walker. He continues to make plays, continues to get TFLs. Let me see where does he have two? Yeah, two tackles. He has a total of three tackles, two solo and
Hmm.
one assisted, and then two of his tackles were TFLs, where he just kind of beat his man 1-on-1 and was able to get to the ball carrier and bring him down.
Yeah.
Um, so the good. Uh, I thought Terrell Bernard had a strong game. I thought
Yes.
Cole Bishop had a strong game. Um, I thought Christian Benford, despite giving up a touchdown, had a strong game. Dorian
Hmm.
strong game. AJ Epinesa, good game. Deion Walker, obviously, Daquan Jones, those
Hmm.
guys. Shaq Thompson had a really, really good game.
Very solid.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Andreessen played like a little bit because Bernard had to come out for a second, but
Yeah.
um, he's still learning. Um, Now to the rest of it, right? They did
Hmm.
a good job of running away from Greg Rousseau's side. I noticed that the teams, like when they want to run the football, they rarely do run towards Rousseau, and when they do run towards him, they're gonna combo. They're gonna combo
Hmm.
block him. They're gonna wall him off and try to pin him down. And
Hmm.
yeah, so strong game from him.
Yep.
Um, the bad now. Uh, Tre'Davious White in coverage, like if he can just like kind of sit in zone and just react to where the ball is gonna go, then
Hmm.
he's really good. But when he's got when he's got to match routes I mean when he has to mirror routes. Hey, my mom just tapped in. And ma, call
Yes.
your mother and tell her that I'm live right now. So like calling me right now is not, you know, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna pick up. But what else? Oh, yeah. Where are we at? Yeah. So Tre'Davious White, I, you know, we were talking about this earlier in the space,
Yep.
um, and Jarek made a good point. He said Trey White looks like a corner who's had two devastating and lower body injuries. So and
Yeah.
he's right. Um, it's unfortunate. It is because Trey White at his peak was a top five corner in the league, maybe even top three. Like he was
Hmm.
legit one of them ones, man. Like
Oh, it's
he
so
was
good. Yeah.
he was one of them ones, man.
Hmm.
But Dorian Strong, 6th round pick out of VTech, of Virginia Tech. He had a good game, man. He was physical. He did well in setting the edge and coming downhill to attack in the run game. Um, I thought he was good in coverage. I thought he matched well when he was in coverage and didn't really allow much of anything. I think it's time to see more of him than it is. I need to see more Dorian Strong reps and Latch Trey White reps going forward, especially
Hmm.
with this game coming up now. Um, Keyshawn Booty, uh, Stephon Diggs, Demario Douglas, like those guys, Matt Collins, like those guys are
Hmm.
going to those guys are gonna give us issues. They're gonna give us some problems. So I'd like to see more of Dorian Strong. Um, Taylor Rapp, Cam Lewis, and Dorian Williams and Joey Bosa. Those guys. This game really should have been a lot worse than 31-19. We had multiple opportunities to get off the field, and it just seemed like those guys were kind of the center of, some of the mistakes. Uh, there were a number of plays where Dorian Williams was just so badly out of position in
Hmm.
coverage. He still looks lost. Um, yeah, his ability to read and react where the ball's going. He's a tad bit slow in that. It's tough, man. It's a tough watch. It is a tough watch. We'll review some of that film, before we get
Yep.
into the Patriots game.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a tough watch. It's a tough watch. Um, yeah, Cam Lewis, who played a little bit as well. He had an opportunity to make a play on Spencer Rattler, and Spencer Rattler is not like he's not a mobile. He's not known as like a mobile quarterback. I call him Beige Baker because I think that's how he plays a lot like Baker Mayfield. So I think he's and I mean they both went to Oklahoma, so it makes a lot of sense. But I think he's a good quarterback, but he in his mind, he's more athletic than what he actually is in real life. So he's willing
Yeah.
to try things. Yeah, like he's willing to do
Hmm.
things that he probably shouldn't do. And we just didn't make him pay for it. Cam Lewis had an opportunity to to get him on the ground in the open field. And just one on one he basically he got shook. He got a move put on him, and he was out of the play. Same thing with
Hmm.
Dorian Williams, multiple times actually. Dorian Williams just kind of,
Hmm.
yeah, it was pretty bad, man.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see Harrison over Strong because I want to see what we have. I think
Yeah.
Harrison and his defense really could make some big plays with his speed,
Hmm.
his ability to close, and take away windows with his speed. Like I'm looking forward to seeing that. But
Can't wait. Yep.
uh, yeah, so I don't know, bro. I just like I want to be excited about some of the things that we're seeing from some of the young guys. And,
Yeah.
Daquan Jones again looks good, but then you have these missed tackles and the poor angles from Joey Bosa, and it's just I don't know, man. It's like 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. It's
Yeah.
tough. Like, man.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that there is a concerted effort? Are the Bills inviting teams to run in some cases, Whittle, or do you think they're just struggling in these, in some cases, like remember we did against Miami a couple of years ago, where we kind of
Mhm.
invited them to run on that Saturday night game just to stop the pass. I mean, not that the Saints present such a threat, but I'm just talking more in general. Or do you think that we're just ironing? It's just like you said, Dorian Strong played a lot more reps in this game, and then they're trying to see what he could do. Is this really a long extension of the preseason in some cases, and we're just seeing? I mean, we're going to see things roll into form here, especially like Steve said, noted that when Hoyt comes back and we get back Larry O, like that's going to change, some things in terms of what we could do up front. Like,
Yeah,
where's the
my
disconnect with the run defense? Is it the linebackers more? Is it the safeties, or is it the line? Or do you think it's a little bit of all of it, so to speak?
it, honestly, it's a little bit of everything, and it's like it's well, I'm not gonna say everything, but it basically it's just a handful of players that are consistently making mistakes.
Hmm.
Um, Number one, like the biggest culprit to me against the run, um, is Joey Bosa, man. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
And don't get me wrong, Bosa's good. He really is good. Uh, he's been an asset to this team, but Jesus, man, can this guy please, um, like, can you just like set the edge, dude? Like, can you
Yeah.
can you not give up? Can you not give up? Can you not give up outside? Can you
I
like
mean,
protect and not give up the outside edge on every quarterback and every running back that comes your way. It just and I get it. Like he's so anxious to make a play, and he has made a fair amount of plays so far this year. He's up to I want to say 2 sacks. Let me see. I'll pull up his numbers now. Yeah, he's up to 2 sacks and four forced fumbles in 4 games. That's pretty good. Um, you figure 17 games, he's on track for 8.5 sacks, 9 sacks maybe. And, obviously he's not going to get, you know, 17 forced fumbles, but
Yeah.
he is making some plays. So what I need from him though is he continues to take bad angles in pursuit of runners. Um, and Dorian Williams, it's like, bro, it's everything. Man. It's the
Yeah.
pass, it's the coverage, it's
Yeah.
his ability to recognize the play, quickly recognize what's happening, and then determine what he needs to do and make that right
Yeah.
decision. It's pretty bad.
Yep. And
Taylor
I
Rapp,
figured that would be a decent part of his game, right? We knew he'd trouble with pass coverage, but I figured he'd be rock solid against the run in the situations. He just hasn't been at all.
right, right, and it's like, and it's little things.
Hmm.
I don't know necessarily how or if anything needs to be done in order to fix it. It's just kind of like, I guess, like he's just a bit unlucky. Maybe I don't
Hmm.
know. I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah, Taylor Rapp's kind of similar. Just consistently taking poor angles, and I'm that to me has been the culprit of the pass defense or the run defense. Excuse me. We're great against the pass though. Like, don't let anybody
Hmm.
tell you, we're struggling against against the pass. Like, we are not struggling. That's for sure. But I'm gonna go and show a play right now, and this
Okay.
and this is a Dorian Williams play. Steve, you know what? Thank you, Steve. He
Hmm.
should not be playing as much as he is.
Yeah.
I feel like I think that because AJ was kind of hurt this game,
Hmm.
Bosa played a little bit more than expected, but um,
Bosa feels like that closer, right, in baseball. That guy late in the games, you want him out there, right? And we're up 31-20, 31-20. You want him to close, get a big sack, right? That's where his value is gonna come. But
like
yeah, I
Bednar,
agree with yeah, or kind of like what we thought Von Miller was before his injury, right? That closer at the
yeah,
end of games like that. And that would be his best value. But I agree with Steve that Hoyt, when he returns, that's really gonna help.
yeah. So I'm going to put a play up here.
Okay.
Okay, let's put this in. All right, let's see. It should be popping up. Right, there we go.
Yeah, there we
All
go.
right, this is I want to say this is third down. This is a well, I don't know what down this is. To be honest with you, I'll have to check, but whatever down it is doesn't matter because they got a first down from it. So
Hmm.
this is a play where I mean, can you guys see the pointer? Okay, yeah, all right. So
Yes. Yep. I
I'm gonna
can
be
see it.
using it. You can see it. You can see it. All right,
Yep.
perfect.
I can.
All right, so I'm gonna be using this pointer. This is one of the plays that I wanted to come back to and kind of express some of my frustration with number 42 here, Tulane zone. Dorian Williams. All right, so I'm gonna let this rock out and just kind of focus on Dorian Williams, and I'll talk through the initial run. It's kind of going slow, isn't it? All right, yeah. All right, so let's see. All right, so Dorian Williams here. Let me freeze it. Why isn't that stopping?
Thought it was going to stop there for a second. Can you?
Let me back this up. What else? All right, there we go. Oh,
Oh, there we go. Oh, geez, I saw that right there. Oh man, now that you highlighted him and you can really watch his pursuit there. Oh boy.
so let's watch 42 here because
Mm-hmm.
apparently this thing doesn't want to stop.
There's no
So
pause
right
button there in
here,
the
you
bottom.
see where he has? No, it's not pausing. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we
See
go.
if we get stupid.
Oh yeah. Oh,
All right. Let's go through this one more time. Bro. What the heck happened?
they close you out of there? Maybe it crashed.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I do that.
That's why I try to like set these up ahead of time, and
No, I understood for sure. But sometimes technology's not liking us.
yeah, I'll find it though. What was this? Oh,
And Dave.
there it
And welcome,
is.
Dave, as well. That play may be worse than Elon getting his ankles broken during the playoff last season. Yeah, I uh, I may concur on that one, Dave. But we'll bring it up here again. Here we go.
All right, let's try this again. So we're gonna watch Mr. Williams here. I'm gonna pause it when I need to. Here, right here, you see you're getting a basically a Met route where
Hmm.
you have this receiver who's in the slot, or this receiver's on the outside. He's gonna run a deeper cross, and then underneath
Hmm.
that you have you're gonna have the receiver to the strong side of the play kind of run underneath him in the opposite direction. So you're
Hmm.
getting a mesh. You're basically getting two crossing routes,
Hmm.
and Dorian Williams and Terrell Bernard are in zone coverage. Their responsibility, they're basically playing a hook zone where they need
Hmm.
to be responsible for this area of the field, right? Right around the hashes, in this area. That's where they're responsible, right? So you have
Yeah.
43 here at the bottom of towards the bottom of your screen. He's in a bail. You have the safeties both bailing. Is this the safety? Or is that might be Bedford?
That might be Benford because I
Yeah,
saw
I think
Bishop
this is
up towards the top.
this is
Yeah.
Bedford, right? Bishop's coming down to attack the ball carrier. So this looks a lot like, I mean, he's reacting to the play action. So if it was a run
Hmm.
play, Bishop is on that. Um, and this is giving, it's looking like a cover three, right? Because you have your deep third here, your deep third here, and then Strong is in the veil technique as well. His deep third is over here as well. Where are cover threes weak? They're usually weak right here in the intermediate area in the seams, and then depending on what your flat defenders do, Taron Johnson and Cole Bishop here, whether they're running a cloud, then you're gonna have your little check down. Mesh
Mm-hmm.
routes also kind of work because if you run through the seam, you're gonna create um, you're gonna put the linebackers in conflict. So if you run, you know what these guys are doing, they're attacking the weak areas of the zone. So they're
Mm-hmm.
running. They're gonna attack here. They're gonna attack here, and they're gonna try to get underneath the
Mm-hmm.
clap. These guys, the deep guys. They're gonna get underneath them, and then they have these underneath routes like your uh your your
Running.
your role guy here. He
Yeah.
he's coming over, and that's going to occupy um Cole Bishop. But what you
Yeah.
see here is a lot of space, right? You see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of space here, and this is what the crosser is supposed to do because now you have this wide receiver here that's going to
Yep.
continue over this. That's going to continue here, and
So.
this is where my frustration comes in with Dorian Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody like in the chat, like if this is like if you don't understand or if I'm not making any sense, please let us know. Uh,
Mm-hmm. For
we're
sure.
interactive. We're an interactive pod. But listen,
Mm-hmm.
this is what frustrates me because right here, Dorian should understand I don't have to take this hash here. I don't need to cover this because Bernard's here. He's going to take this. Got Strong bailing, and needs to be a little. Strong probably needs to be a little further over this way. Um, yeah. So um, I have no idea what Taylor Rapp's doing.
Yeah,
I
you're
have
right.
no clue what he's doing. That I have to. I'm gonna have to sit it. I'm gonna have to ask. Huh. What he's doing here. I mean, I don't know if he's like buzzing
Yeah.
down to try to take this away, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's coming to fill and take this receiver away so Taryn can then go after the quarterback if he's scrub. I don't know. I don't know what Taylor Rapp's doing. But what I
Mm-hmm.
do know is Dorian Williams is here. And what he should be doing is understanding that Bernard is responsible for this area, and he needs to come back and cover here.
This
Because
big
if you
space
see
here.
this
Yeah.
receiver, if Spencer Rattler sees this and decides to throw the ball, he has a clear completion here, right around the 40-yard line. Easy throw. There's no way Bishop can bail and get to that. And I don't believe Benford can close and make a play on the football before the ball gets here without committing a penalty. So ideally, what you want is you want Benford right kind of where he is to kind of make sure that the seam is taken care of, and even
Mm-hmm.
this little deep corner area here, he can flow with the receiver that's in his zone. Bernard,
Mm-hmm.
that's what Bernard's in position to do right now. He can still make a
Okay.
play in the seam. He can still make a play towards the sideline. Um, Williams should be on this side of the hash, covering in this area, because what you want to do is kind of undercut this receiver here and then not allow this area to be wide as all outside. And that's
Yep.
exactly what's going on. So now, obviously, Rattler doesn't see it. He feels the pressure coming from, I believe this is Rousseau.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
he steps up in the pocket, and he's going to take off running. Dorian Williams is reacting to that. He's gonna come and fill here, and against Spencer Rattler. Taylor Rapp, I don't know. He's covering grass,
Hmm.
and I'm not sure
Yeah, I'd love to know what he
why
was thinking
he's
on that
here.
play. Yeah, yeah,
But let's just let this play out, and that's embarrassing. That's
yeah,
embarrassing. The end zone angle, which is where you really get a good view of the mistakes, right? So boom, Shaheed comes back over. Shaheed comes back over. He's going to when Shaheed. This is Shaheed here, right there. That's
hmm
Shaheed. He's gonna Rashid Shaheed. He's gonna run over
hmm
and he's going to occupy um this area of the field, which is where Taron Johnson is. So Taron Johnson's in position. He's gonna cover him. Terrell Bernard does a good job of bumping this receiver here, and then he's going to sink back into his hook zone. Dorian Williams needs to be needs to recognize this is a pass, and he needs to drop into the middle of the field and
mm
understand that this is the receiver that I need to be watching right now. Right? Bishop is following Kamara. Kamara's going to run out this way. Bishop's going to take him. Bishop's going to go with him. She's calling him. Um, Bishop's going to take Kamara, and Williams. I don't know. So let's let it play. Yeah, Williams is still following this receiver over here, and Williams needs to be under this receiver. I have no idea. Oh, this is Javon Solomon. Right, so Solomon's there
Oh
providing
yeah.
the pressure.
Okay. Hmm.
Um, so that's what gets Spencer Rattler off the spot. I don't know. I guess Spencer Rattler felt like he didn't have enough time to step into the throw because you do need to put like that. That needs to be a fairly um strong throw that he probably has to step into. And I don't know if he believes that he has the time in order to make that throw. But if he throws it here, this man is this guy's wide open. Like right now, he's open. You can hit him on this hash here. You can hit him
Hmm.
all of this field area here is open. Um, but I just don't I think he feels like he doesn't have enough time to step into the throw before he gets hit.
Hmm.
So what does he do? He takes off. He avoids the pressure, and bro, dead to
Oh.
rights. Like you should not get smoked like this from this quarterback.
So
You
then,
should not,
Allen or Lamar Jackson here we're talking about, right? It's not right.
bro. This is
Yeah.
terrible. He doesn't get a hand on him. He doesn't get a hand on him.
Mm-mm.
Bernard's got to come over and clean it up. Bad play. Just like that's what frustrates me.
Yeah.
With Dorian Williams.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that is what frustrates that guy to me.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I agree. I agree. Well, I mean, I do think, once we get Milano back, right, that will push Williams back in that respect. Do you see the Bills sticking with what we have on our roster at linebacker, or do you see Brandon Bean pursuing a trade for a linebacker or maybe try to improve off of a Dorian Williams at some point?
Uh, no, I don't see it. I mean, first off, who's available? That's number one.
Very
Um,
true.
Number two, I mean, it's so we talked about this earlier too. I'm one of the biggest Brandon Bean and Sean McDermott supporters. I admit it. I'm not trying to hide from that. But just because I think those guys do a great job doesn't mean that they're above criticism. So Brandon Bean
Absolutely.
had the opportunity to address linebacker in the last draft in 2020, this past 2025 draft, as well as the 2024 draft. He did not. Um, we signed Joe Andreessen off of off the street. Basically, he came in and won a spot, and we brought him in.
Mhm.
Awesome, great story. The opportunity to presented itself in the seventh round to draft another University of Buffalo guy, Sean Dolak. He was
Mhm.
available in the seventh, and we didn't take it. We did not go get him. Why? Because we took a wide receiver from
It was not.
Maryland. We took a wide receiver from Maryland. Where's that guy at now? He's been
Ah,
he's been given. I think he's been released with an injury designation. So
Caden Prather, right? That was
yeah,
Prather we
Caden
took.
Prather. Yep, 7th round pick. You could have took Dolak. He's a perfect fit for the style of linebacker that we have. Around 220 pounds, 6'1", whatever. He's he was one of the best coverage linebackers in college football last year. One of the smartest linebackers. Instinctually, he is very, very, very good. Better than Andreessen. Then you have Andreessen on the team. You have an opportunity to grab his teammate that he played with, and you are now you have a second unit of linebackers who are obviously from the area or played in the area. That's number one.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
that their scheme fits, and they already know how to communicate with each other. They speak the same language. They come from the same program. Uh, it just seemed like it just seemed like the right move was to take a shot on getting Sean Dolak because he was right there. The other reason why drafting a receiver at that point did not make sense, Terrell Shavers, sitting on the practice squad. He's been here for years. I, you know, give like if you have a spot open for a wide receiver, give it to Shavers. He made
Yeah.
he made the team anyway, but you also had KJ Hamler. You know,
Yep.
Hamler was available as well. I just did not understand why we needed to take a receiver when we had receivers, already in the program, ready to come up and produce and make a contribution to this team. But then I think about it, and do you know why I think they made that move to draft a receiver?
What is that?
What has WGR and a good portion
Mm.
of the fan base been crying about for the last few years?
Not drafting wide receivers high in the draft or at all.
Not drafting a receiver.
Mhm.
That was Brandon Bean saying, "Here, damn, you've been crying about a receiver. Here, we got one. So now shut up." Well, instead we had the linebacker, and you got Milano insurance, you got Bernard insurance right there on the roster, and you're comfortable with these guys coming in and being like Shaq Thompson. You're comfortable with him coming in and
Mhm.
being in coverage and diagnosing a play and attacking the run. You're comfortable with that. You get Dolak in here. I don't know. Maybe Dolak stinks. I don't know. But he was good enough to be a UDFA and make the 53 for the Los Angeles Rams. So maybe he comes in here and he's the third or fourth or the third or fourth or fifth linebacker. What's wrong with that? Like I take it over what we're
Mhm.
dealing with right now. I would take it. So
Mhm.
that's just my my issue. I'm gonna do one more play, and I kind of want to do more than just one, but we got to get into this Patriots game. But
Mhm.
um, so let's go through it. Oh, that's not the play I wanted. That's not the play I wanted. Ah, there we go. Here we go. This is it.
All right, let's see it.
Okay. There's a plethora of issues here.
Oh no.
Well, let's go back. Let's go. Mistake number one. I don't freeze it here. This is this is a good job by the Bills right now. You got Bishop deep. I think this is Bernard. He is he's plashing to his receiver. Rap is out here, trying to take the tight end, who right here, 83, Jawan Johnson. He's trying to take him. Um, we've got Trey White. Well, no, this is AJ Vanessa. Uh, Trey White is this Trey White? Whoever this is, they're coming
Can't tell
over.
that. I can't see that right now. Is
Looks
there a
like
Bishop?
it looks like Johnson. Looks like
Or
Johnson. Let
John?
me
Oh, it's
back it
Taron
up again.
Johnson. That's right. Yeah, it is. Because I think I remember seeing him running away before. Yeah, it's Taron
Oh, I
Johnson.
was right. That is Trey White. Okay.
Mhm. That's Trey right there.
Nope, Trey
Okay.
White. Yeah. All right. So Trey
Oh
White
yeah.
flashed his receiver. Bernard flashed his receiver. This is a really good job by the Bills so far. Rap's coming over. He's going to take he's going to take this receiver, the running back, this leaking out the backfield. They do a good job of speeding up. I thought that was a good blitz by Dorian Williams. Here's Dorian Williams right here. He got picked up, but it did free up. Uh, Bernard came in late, and whoever this was, excellent job because he picked up Bernard right before Bernard was going to beeline it for Spencer Rattler. Like if he doesn't make that block, Spencer Rattler's probably in the blue tag. I'm not even joking. He's
Mm.
probably in the blue tag because that was going to be a clean pop. Um, here's I think this is Solomon. What is Solomon doing? Quarterback looks like he's getting ready to throw the ball. He's getting his hands up immediately. Um, outside of that, I thought that the line did a good job of picking his blitz up. Um, the only guy that really has an opportunity to make a play is Bernard. He's already by Spencer Rattler. So when Spencer Rattler goes to take off, he's got a lot of green grass uh, that's in front of him. But again, the Spencer Rattler's not like the most fleet of foot quarterback. So, we have superior athletes on the defensive side of football. They should be making the play here. So let's see what happens. So Bernard misses. Solomon is in hot pursuit. He's not going to be able to get there.
Hmm.
Dorian Williams is here with his man has his back turned to him, and Dorian Williams falls.
Hmm.
Let's watch that again. Dorian Williams,
Hmm.
and I feel like I'm picking on Dorian Williams right here, but like, bro, little spin move and the stumble.
Yeah.
That's a 15-yard gain, right? Now let's watch it from the
Hmm.
other angle. You'll see how close Dorian Williams was to making his play. but he
Ah,
stumbles, and that kind of kills the play. But I think this is a good blitz, man. This is a really good blitz.
it is, yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
oh,
that stumble.
well, back it up, back it up. Come on, bro.
Right there. Yep,
Come on, dog.
that stumble. That was
You're not
everything
even
on
getting
that.
blocked right now. And if he does not stumble, look how close he is.
Yeah,
2 steps, man. You at least get an arm on him and you get him down.
yep. And look how many more yards he gets.
15-yard play, man.
Hmm.
I wonder if that was third down. What's the down and distance? No, it was 2nd and 8.
Second and
Whatever.
8. Yeah, okay. Same difference almost. Wouldn't be surprised if it was
Annoying,
third down,
man.
given our third down defense this year, which has left a lot to be desired. 5-13 this past week, not as bad as it's been, but still, we still need some continuous improvement on that, especially as we start playing the big boys on our schedule coming up in the second half of the year.
One more play. This is another Dorian Williams play. I'm sorry.
Oh no, poor Dorian. Poor Dorian. We're
Yeah,
rooting for you, Dorian, but
it's
you know.
bad though, man. It's like it's really
Mhm.
bad. Here we go. He's late. Well, actually, this really isn't as much Dorian as it is. Who's this?
Is that strong?
Trey? No, it's Trey.
Yeah.
I'm actually not mad. Now that I watch this again, like I'm not I'm less upset about this.
Yeah.
Ideally,
I
I
get it.
want him to. It's like there's no running back on this side of Spencer Rattler. So
Hmm.
what's the play fake? Like there's no play fake. There's no running back over
Hmm.
here. Dorian gonna have Bills Mafia all blocked by the end of the night. And I hope not. But
uh,
it's just like you got to know that there's no running back over here. So there are 2 receivers here. And see, this is the problem. This is the issue that I have with the Bills defense right now.
hmm.
Communication. We have 1, 2, 3 eligible receivers. Your edge here is doing a good job. He's already chucked the tight end here. Oh, Sanders is just penetrating, man. I don't think he's way out of position. It's a passing rep, man. It's a passing rep. He's trying to get. This is not like so. Steve, I'm gonna put what Steve said up here.
Yeah.
See, the problem that I have with this, Steve, is that it's not a. It's 2 things. It's a pass. It's a drop back. It's a pass, right? So he's just trying to beat his man. Number 2, you don't like it's Spencer Rattler, bro. You should not have to be as disciplined. Now I know what play you're talking about. You're talking about the one where he ran up the middle. I got that. Um he should not be like you shouldn't have to be as disciplined on your path to the quarterback. Like you shouldn't be afraid to give uh a window for Spencer Rattler to to scramble. Like it shouldn't matter. It should not be a situation where we can't let this man scramble because he's going to kill us on the ground. He shouldn't kill you on the ground. Like your linebackers, are supposed to make that play. They got to come out of coverage, especially when they're covering grass, and make the play on the quarterback when he drops and tucks the football to run. They got to come down. They got to come downhill and make the play. And Williams is just getting shook. I can't, man, can't do it. But this is the communication thing, right? So Trey White's got to know that Rap's back here, and that there are two other eligible receivers, the running back and the tight end. So as your as the receiver, as the receiver gets into his route, Trey, I don't know why he's not. And again, this is just I don't know the play call. I don't know the responsibilities of the guys in coverage. This could be a 2 high shell. It could be like they could have did exactly like it could be cover two. I don't know. It looks like some form of cover two. Um, yeah, it looks like cover two match. Um, yeah. All right. Yeah. So Trey, I feel like Trey should know that this receiver is going to be the responsibility of the safety. And he should be picking this area up here. But I mean, it's only 7 yards, so it's not. I'm not tripping. But Dorian Williams too, like close out, bro. There's no the fake is there, but it's not there. Come on, bro.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Steve. I don't want to disagree with that. I just feel like um once Dorian Williams couldn't get home and he got stonewalled, uh, y- you know, you I don't know. Maybe I'm just picking on Dorian Williams. All right, maybe that's the problem. I'm just picking on
Well,
this guy today.
okay. Well, it's this we have highlighted the issues that we're seeing from Dorian Williams, and like you alluded to earlier in the show, it has been a collective effort on our defense where we need to see improvement. So this week we're spotlighting Dorian. Hopefully, going forward, we don't have to do it again, and we'll see if the whole unit can improve as a whole going forward into the next quarter of our season, which starts this Sunday.
Oh yeah, I got a new victim now.
Uh-oh. Who's our next victim, Whittle?
Cam Lewis, bro. Cam Lewis, 39, right here. All right. I listen. I love when the Bills do this. I love when they put. I love when they stack the box when they put like 7 guys in the box and then they drop back. I love when they do this. So you get in the stack front. You got was it 8 on the line. 8 on the line. Right. Simulated pressure. They're gonna drop guys out. Boom. All right. Any of my Madden players in here? This is uh this is like a this is like cover four, cover three. This is like cover three out of like the same place where you run mid blitz, wherever that play is. Like if you run mid blitz, you know what this is. I think you are just picking on Sanders. Well, that's fine, man. He's a rookie. The difference is Dorian Williams is not a rookie. That's the problem. Dorian Williams is in his 3rd year. We should not be having these issues still because he's played a lot. But okay, so here we go. Again, yeah, this looks more like, bro, is this, Taylor Rapp is bugging. Maybe he's supposed to be doing this. I'm trying to see. The single high. All right. Okay. I mean, I think I understand what he's doing. They're buzzing him a lot in this game, though. Like they're buzzing him down to take this away because they're using Terran to take a hard flat. All right. Okay. Whatever. Um, but yeah, here we go again. So when we watch this play develop, they drop guys out, and Terran is in this area, which is probably where he's supposed to be. However, this is like wide open, and that's the thing. When you take a hard flat, this is this area like the area between the flat and the deep third. There's a lot of space there for an easy completion. Rattler never sees it, and he feels the pressure. Big Dion, look at Dion. Look at Dion up here, already winning his rep. Look at that guy, man. Actually, my bad. That's T.J. Sanders, Steve. That was T.J. Sanders, not Dion, applying that pressure. He didn't make the play though. So Spencer Rattler gets out here straight. This is Cam Lewis. Um, Again, guys, that shouldn't happen. You shouldn't just get blown by like that. This guy's wide open up top too, though. Like right here, wide open.
Yeah. Mm.
There's nobody around, and Rattler never sees it. Thank God.
Already chose to run at that point. It looks like it, right? He doesn't even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, like before he's like right here, right? If I'm playing Madden, I'm reading. Bottom line for me, this defense had so much of Ryan Nielsen's thumbprint on it. Yep. I, that's a great point. This that's a great point. This is Ryan Nielsen is doing a lot of different things, and I think it's a positive. I think we see the positives from the defensive line. Daquan Jones has played well. Um, I think Rousseau's been fine. I don't think he's been bad. I don't think he's been great, but
Yeah.
Bosa's been good. Deion Walker's been good. I think Solomon has been good as well. Like these guys
Hmm.
are. I think the defensive line is giving us what we needed to give us. Like we're getting more pressure on the quarterback rushing just four than we are when we blitz, which is
Hmm.
different than what it was last year. Because last year, 5-man pressure was really good for us. 4-man, not so much. And when we blitzed more than 5, it was pretty ineffective. But going back to this, I'm on the wrong side. All right. Rattler's got to see this right here. He's got to see this. Because if he pulls the trigger, that's a first down. And the only guy out there is Christian Bedford. But let's see. He doesn't see it. He takes off, and yeah, Cam Lewis
Mm.
made more contact with his hands than he did the actual the ball carrier.
Ah.
So again, I love this. Absolutely love this look. Bosa. I want to say this is TJ. I think this is TJ Sanders. Let's see. Yep, that is TJ. Cam Lewis looked terrible on that play. I'm not saying he's
Mhm.
terrible, but he looked bad in space.
Yeah.
Right here, you gotta make that play. You need to make that play. Um, it is what it is. But yeah, that's it, man. I'm not gonna belabor it anymore. The Saints thing, like I said, those are just we went through a few plays, and that was probably 30, 40 yards of I mean I could bring up the Keandre Miller touchdown where we had, 3 opportunities to make the stop and just, missed tackle, poor angle, et cetera, et cetera. You know, Joey Bosa has been pretty bad as well in holding the edge and securing the edge, but no, it is what it is. But yeah, all right. So enough about them. We'll do the ads and then we'll get into the Patriots. All right.
Okay, sounds great.
All
Let's
right.
make it happen.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollos, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.
Okay, we are back for part 2 as we pivot, Whittle, towards a Sunday night showdown in the AFC East. The closest, quote, competitor to the Bills right now in the AFC East. I mean, we know the Dolphins and Jets are all but done, but here come the New England Patriots, a little bit of a new look, new coach, old friends coming back into the building. I mean, everybody's looking forward to Mac Hollis's return, Riddle, right? No, yeah, number 14, the old number 14. Should just be a footnote maybe this Sunday night. But yes, Stephon Diggs is coming back to Buffalo. Since the first time. Who? Number 14? Do you remember him, Whittle? Do you or think of Tyrell Shavers at this point? Have you moved on?
Yeah, the only 14 I know is Tyrell Shavers.
Oh, okay, no. But
So,
so we get to see the quarterback that some New England casuals are saying is better than Josh already. Drake May, even though I do like what he's doing so far. I mean, of course, the wild takes are out, and New England fans are starting to climb back into the mentions, and they're coming back in. So it's gonna be an interesting night in Buffalo again. Another nationally televised game, something we're getting used to around here, Whittle, right? Something we yearned for so badly for so many years, and now we're getting them constantly. But be it as it may, should be a great scene at the stadium. So shall we pivot to? Yeah, I was looking at some numbers, some DVOA. I was looking at some metrics numbers for the Pats. Offense, their DVOA, they're 17th in the league. They're pretty standard. EPA per play, they're 15th on offense. Success rate 12th. Good numbers. Pretty good for the Pats. I mean, their schedule hasn't been that daunting. Defensive DVOA, Whittle, they're not very good. They're 18.9%. They're 27th. EPA per play, they are 25th. And success rate, they're 26th. So could be in line for a high-scoring game maybe on Sunday night, but I just wanted to throw a couple numbers that I was curious to see, especially where the Patriots were on the defensive side of the ball so far in 2025.
I mean, they've had a good season so far. Compared to what they've been in the past. So I went ahead and looked at the numbers, the Bills versus the Patriots. So far after 4 weeks, Bills are 4-0, Patriots are 2-2. The Bills rank offensively the number 2 in points per game, number 2 in yards per game, number 7 in third down conversions. We're 8th in red zone scoring percentage. And we are number 1 in rushing yards per game and number 6 in passing yards per game. Right? Defensively, the Bills are 17th in points allowed, 11th in yards per game allowed. Third down defense, 25th. Terrible. Red zone scoring, 21st. Not good. Rushing yards allowed, per game, 31st. Bad. Passing yards allowed per game, the Bills are first. The best pass defense in the NFL so far. The Patriots, 2-2. Points per game, they're 10th. Points allowed, they're 10th. Yards per game, the Patriots 14th, and yards given up per game, they are 16th. Third down conversions for the Patriots, 10th, and they are 19th in third down defense. Red zone scoring, they're 8th, and their defense in the red zone is 31st. So they give up. You get to the red zone, you're probably going to score. 25th in yards per game in rushing, and they are the second. They're the number 2 rush defense in the NFL. Passing yards per game, they're number 7, and their passing defense is ranked 26. They give up a lot of passing yards. So, couple quick things on the Patriots. Drake May is the quarterback in his second year out of North Carolina. I think he was picked. What was Drake May picked? Like 5th overall?
Number
3?
3.
He was 3rd. Third
Yep.
behind Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
Drake May has 74% completion percentage, which is pretty good. He's got 988 total passing yards. He averages 8 yards a throw, 247 yards per game, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's been sacked 13 times.
Mm.
And he's got a QBR of 63.9, a quarterback rating of 109.4. Josh Allen has a completion percentage of 70.2%, 964 yards, same average, 241 yards per game. Josh has 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, threw 1 interception to Jonas Sanker last week. Josh has been sacked 7 times over the first 4 games. 3 of them came on Sunday against the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
And he's got a QBR 63.9 and a quarterback rating of he's got a QBR of 77.6, and his rating is 109.7. So pretty similar. The difference is between the QBRs is that Josh is taking less negative plays, less sacks. So his QBR is a little higher. The receiving leaders for the Patriots, it's Stephon Diggs leads the team in receptions with 19. He's got 213 yards, no touchdowns yet. The touchdowns are going to Hunter Henry. He's got 15 receptions, 204 yards, and he's got 3 touchdowns. Mac Hollins has 2 touchdowns, so he's picking up where he left off last year. Austin Hooper, 7 receptions, 100 yards, no touchdowns. I brought those tight ends up because the Buffalo Bills so far this year, through 4 games, have given up a total of 9 receptions and 67 yards to the tight end position. So it feels like the strength of the New England Patriots passing game is kind of centered around their tight ends a bit. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is still an elite level player. So, he's going to present his own problems to the defense. But the tight ends, they like to go to the tight ends a lot. We've done a pretty good job against the tight ends. Albeit, who do we go up against? What tight ends do we really face? Obviously, Mark Andrews no likely in week 1 against the Ravens. Against the Jets, there's Mason Taylor, but Justin Fields, their quarterback, he stinks. He threw for 27 yards, whatever. I think Jeremy Rucker had a touchdown though. didn't he? I think Rucker scored that touchdown. Taylor,
Mhm.
Tyrod Taylor threw him a touchdown. I think it was Jeremy Rucker. Anyway, week 3, I don't think Darren Waller, I don't believe he played against us in week 3. So, we didn't, really give up a ton to the tight ends there. And yeah, so yeah, that's what I got on the Patriots so far. Their issue to me, where they're weak. I think they're still weak on the offensive line. They did draft this guy's his bodyguard. What's his kid's name? Will That's gonna screw me up. I'm gonna Morgan Moses is one of their tackles. They got another one though. Where is he? Will Campbell. Will Campbell. Yep. Will Campbell. Will Campbell, they drafted him out of LSU, I want to say. Yeah.
Mhm.
6'6", 319. He's a big time player. Like, I like him a lot. He doesn't give up a ton of pressures. Um, he's played well so far for them this year. My only issue with Will Campbell as a player is like his arm length is kind of short. It hasn't hurt him so far in his NFL career, but I do think that this will be a unique challenge for him to deal with. You have, Gregory Rousseau, who, 6'7", long arms. He's going to present some problems. AJ Epinesa, another 6'6", long arms defensive end. Joey Bosa, 6'5", long arms. You know what I'm saying? So we do have the personnel to kind of give him to kind of to test out his ability to play that position against guys that have the measurables to cause him to give him some issues. So we'll see what he looks like. They run the football. They don't run the football super effectively, but
Mhm.
they do have a couple of guys that I really like. Uh, they got what's this kid's name, man? Jesus. But why is it giving me? It's not giving me what I'm asking for. Just trying to scan technology, folks. It's not good.
Mhm. Yeah, some days it fails us, right? I can feel that all the time on my end.
There we go. Found it. All right. Um, so they've got like a three-headed monster at running back. Uh, they really don't be giving Demario Douglas the football like they need to. Anyway, Travion Anderson, their rookie, they drafted second round. I think it was Ohio State he came out of.
Mhm.
Ramondre Stevenson, obviously we're very familiar with him. 31 carries, 125 yards, no touchdowns yet. Travion's got a touchdown. Antonio Gibson has a touchdown, 19 carries, 85 yards. And Drake May's got 2 rushing touchdowns, 24 carries for 98 yards. So, yeah, that's what the rushing attack is. And, I mean, we know how they get down. Like we play these guys all the time, especially like Ramondre and Gibby was there last year too. But what's the issue with the with the Russian attack when it comes to the Patriots? They got 6 fumbles in 4 games, man.
Not gonna have confidence going back to it when you have
Oh,
6 fumbles in 4
Doug
games.
Marone's on their coaching staff.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to bring this up. I did not realize that Doug Marrone is the Patriots offensive line coach. Feel free to boo him all you want. Steve, I
Yeah,
could not agree more. That is a great call out.
we're beating them by 30 now. We're beating them by
Yeah,
30 now.
I want to run it up now. I'm not being nice anymore after hearing about Douglas Marrone coming back, the guy that left us high and dry on New Year's Eve.
I wish I was going to this game now.
Yeah, me too,
I,
Whittle.
I,
I,
I've,
I
I've got some things I want to say to Doug Marrone. I do. Oh gosh, Keyshawn Butte. Demario Douglas only has 5 receptions. Ooh. That's the guy that kills us every year, though. Like him and Butte, they usually kill us. Hopefully though, we're able to get home and keep those guys out of the game. Like this is a game I don't want Stephon Diggs to do well. But I want him to have a bad game and Josh to have a great game so we can put that to
Mhm.
bed as well. I
Yeah,
just feel
I
like
mean
I feel like I'm kind of being petty, right?
listen, Whittle, we're already hearing, well, yeah, I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. The rookie year of Josh Allen is going to be the most misused cherry pick set of numbers for every rookie quarterback in his generation. When you don't understand what the Bills were doing in 2018, and you don't understand that Russell Bodine was a starting center, and Robert Foster was one of our best wide receivers, and Vlad Dukas was on our offensive line. No
Vlad
offense to these
Dukas.
guys. They were still pros. I'm not hating on them completely, Whittle. But when you understand what they tried to do with him that first year, his 10 touchdown, 12 interception year, where Josh was only 52%. And he was kind of like a deer in headlights at times, we all know. But again, he was feeling himself out. And all these rookie quarterbacks, well, Drake May was better than Josh Allen's first 17 games. Look closer, folks. Look closer. And listen, Drake May's been solid. I gotta say, he's still a little bit raw, Whittle. He's got a high completion percentage. The Patriots have a good coaching staff. I think Drake May is on his way to being a successful quarterback in the NFL. I really do. Nobody's saying that, but stop with these Josh narratives. And we've seen this before, Whittle. We saw this with Sam Howell from the Commanders fan base a couple of years ago, and they wanted him to sit at the table with the great quarterbacks. Just slow your roll, New England fans. Slow your roll. Didn't you learn in 2021 with that embarrassing thing that the Patriots Network said about how the 11-month reign of the Bills is over and we're done? And 44 months later, here we are dominating division. Know your role. This isn't the 2000s. This isn't the 2010s. Take a seat in the back. You've got to earn it. We are the kings of this division for this decade by a mile, and you got to come out and earn it Sunday night. And listen, even if they beat us, but I'll tell you one thing, Whittle. Why is this kind of an important game? Can I give you some of New England's games after the Bills? They got to go to New Orleans. They got at Tennessee. They got Cleveland, Atlanta. They got some games where they could run off some games. Now, some of those games may be
Yeah,
trickier than
right.
you think, but you know what I'm saying, Whittle? Like this whole discourse about like Drake May is doing a very nice job, and I think he's going to be a very good quarterback, and I think he's well on his way. But stop comparing him to the first year of Josh. People, start looking deeper. Start doing a little homework. Right? It's not like when Patrick Mahomes came into the league, and Patrick Mahomes is great. But do you see what he had at his disposal when he took over for the Chiefs?
Right.
Maybe
Tyreek
start
Hill.
comparing him to that. Maybe start comparing him to that, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelsey,
by the
Demarcus
way,
Robinson. He had,
say what you want about
I
Tyreek.
think he
I'm
had
still
Sammy
saying prayers up.
Watkins. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he had Sammy
Uh,
Watkins there as well. Yeah, he has some
yeah.
guys, man.
He had some guys,
Yes,
just
he
a
has
few,
some
right?
guys.
And again, it's not, and I feel like Josh Allen's going to get a lot of GMs fired. There are GMs looking for the next Josh. They're not going to find it. This guy's a unicorn, folks. They don't grow on trees. It doesn't happen very often. It's very, very, very rare. He's an outlier in a lot of cases. It's just, and I think comparing him with those first year is going to get you in a lot of trouble. End the
Yes.
soapbox, Little. That's all I had on that front. So
No, I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, they just beat up on the Panthers. It was like 42-6 or something like that. And I mean, I watched a good amount of that game, and like the Panthers were moving the football
Hmm.
very well against them, and even defensively, like they started off, they played well early. But the thing with bad teams is once bad teams get down, they kind of stay down. Not a lot of fight left, but the first points they gave up was I think it was a punt return for a touchdown or a kickoff return.
Hmm.
I think it might have been a
Yeah.
kickoff return for a touchdown or a punt return or whatever. And then they threw a screen pass to Hooper. He got 40 something yards on that. I mean, it was a lot of like bad tackling and things like that. But I mean, I saw Christian Gonzalez getting worked a little bit by Tanner McMillan, a rookie wide receiver out of University of Arizona. I mean, he was getting worked. He was working Christian Gonzalez. So maybe Christian Gonzalez is still, trying to get his legs under him because he is one of the better corners in the NFL. He's one of the best actually in the league. Um, but yeah, Sunday he was getting worked, man. I mean, I think Keon, if he's gonna play like that, Keon should have a good day against him. Um, they also play a good amount of man. Carlton Davis is the other corner. Extremely handsy. I think Joshua Palmer should have a day against him. Um,
Hmm.
Again, extremely handsy. Khalil Shakir up against Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones, the little guy, pretty good though. Like he's a good cover guy. He's got some speed. This to me feels like because defensively, they are really bad against the pass, but like we run the ball on anybody. So this feels like a 12 and 13 personnel game where we just force their linebackers to cover and take advantage of that. They don't have good guys. They don't have good coverage linebackers. Um, we should be able to run the football pretty well. I want to give them credit for their interior. Milton Williams has had a solid year for them, uh, as well as Christian Barmore. He's back. He's healthy, and he's playing pretty well. Um, so yeah, great. But their linebackers, bro. Not good, man. Not good. Well, they're not good in coverage. I'll just say that. You got Robert Spillane. You got
Hmm.
Ethan Anthony Jennings. Like these guys are not. You know, Kyle Landry's another one. Like he's more of an edge guy because I think they still run an odd front. And Christian Ellis, like those guys. They're not great in pass coverage, bro. I think we got a good
Hmm.
opportunity to throw the ball against them. Jalen Hawkins, their safety, I think he showed up on the injury report. Not sure if
Hmm.
he's going to be able to play, but um, yeah, him and Clavon Chason were on the injury report.
Yes.
Chason's got 2.5 sacks. Lil Williams got 2 sacks. It's pretty good.
He's been
Landry
okay
got
so
three and a
far.
half.
That is their big addition this offseason.
Yeah. Keon White's a really good player. He's in the doghouse. I don't know why. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, Barmore's got 1 sack, couple of some TFLs. He's back. He's definitely back. Um, but yeah, bro, I think we should be fine, man. I mean,
Yep.
I think we're gonna be all right. I don't think that this is a game that we should be super afraid of. This is a game we're supposed to win. This is a game that we
Hmm.
should win. It's a game I think we're gonna win.
Yeah. New England's given us a little bit of a fit here and there over the last few years, but it's been different iterations of the Patriots, right? This is a different. Yeah, okay, they beat us last year, but that was the end of the year, game didn't matter. We probably Josh's worst game. Well, besides the Houston game, not a very efficient game for our offense. New England at Buffalo last year. Side note: I watched that in London. It was pretty wild watching the Bills at like 1 a.m. By the way, but we didn't play very well that particular night, but we got it done. But again, division games are always a different animal, Whittle, as we know. We're in October. I start peeking at the weather report, but balmy 83 degrees at Orchard Park on Sunday. I mean, it is not getting cold yet in Orchard Park, so should be a Steve hitting us with a bold prediction. Jackson Hawes at 3 catches for 50 plus yards. Wow, you're really banking on Jackson Hawes becoming a bigger part of the offense. I think we're going to see a little more of explosion from our wide receivers this week, especially guys like Josh Palmer. I could see him being a little more of a factor this week. Again, I think we're going to move the ball pretty well. I think New England will get theirs. I think Drake May will probably throw a lot of attempts. Maybe he gets 250, Whittle, right? Maybe a lot of dink and dunk. They don't, in that McDaniel offense. But as far as the prediction goes, one other thing wanted to bring up here, and I believe is our injury report, Whittle. Looking at this really quickly, looks like we have a lot of limiteds, so we could see a lot of return. Dorian Williams, the aforementioned Dorian Williams that we've been speaking about, may not be playing this week. It may look like, but it looks like Brown. Hawes shows up with an ankle, by the way, but Milano and Ed, do we expect them in the lineup this Sunday night? Do you expect to see them back?
Milano, yes. Ed, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would treat Ed a little more
Um,
carefully at this point. I think we have enough
yeah.
in the D tackle room to handle this type of game.
That's the
On
thing. Do we
Sunday
need
night.
Ed? Like, are we gonna need Ed this game? You know,
Yeah.
you got
And
Jordan
yeah.
Phillips. You got Jordan Phillips. You got Deion Walker. You got T.J. Sanders. You got
Hmm.
Daquan Jones. Like that. That should be enough to beat this Patriots team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 2-2. Like one of their losses came to the Steelers where they fumbled 5 times, and then they
Hmm.
lost to the Raiders. Man, like the Raiders can't really
Raiders
get out of
come.
their own way right now. Like they're not really that good. So
No. I'm going 34-24 Buffalo, Whittle. I think the Bills will get it done. I think it'll be a little higher scoring than we realize. Um, but should be a pretty solid night. Should be a really fun night at the stadium. But I think kind of similar to what we've been doing in terms of maybe this game isn't as close as the score indicates, but I'm going with a 10-point win. What about you, Whittle?
I'm gonna say 34. No, I'm not gonna say 34. Uh Give me 27-17, man. 27-20, something
27-17.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a late kick. I feel like a late field goal or whatever, and then we get a couple of first downs and kind of kneel it out. Um,
Hmm.
I do want to respect the fact that they do have talent on this team.
Hmm.
That they do have Christian Gonzalez, they do have Carl Davis, they do have Milton Williams. Like they do get after the quarterback. Harold Landry's having a good year, so I do want to pay them that respect. But at the same time, we've got a really good offensive line, and you know they haven't played anybody that really uh,
Hmm.
runs the football. Like Genti just had a solid game this past Sunday, so
Yep.
everybody else. I mean,
I agree. And we had one question from Steve as we kind of put a bow on it. So he asked about could the Bills withstand a loss from James Cook? I'm going to say that's a good point. I do know Joe Brady said this week that he does want to get Ray Davis a little more involved going forward. Looks like his his numbers are down. His touches are down. In particular, again, like I think Cook is on pace for 317 carries. That's a lot. So
Well, he's not
we
going
do
to
have to
get there,
manage.
but I mean,
Yeah.
brother. I mean, to be fair though, Ray Davis has been ineffective. I'd like to see more Ty Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe we see a little bit of both, or maybe Ty this week.
Yeah,
Would like to see that. I mean, I'd love for Ray Davis to bust out and have a pretty solid game just to get his mojo going a little bit, but I would expect the Bills are going to try to get him involved
agreed,
for sure.
agreed.
But real quick, Will, it's amazing how we're 4-0, right? And it feels kind of ho hum for some Bills fans. I feels like we're 4-0, and this comes with a lot of great success. So yeah, one thing I'll leave Bills fans with: don't minimize what they're doing because it's great and it's still not easy. I mean, listen, the only undefeated team is the Philadelphia Eagles, and they haven't looked pretty at times either, but they're getting it done,
Right,
right? Very, very much
right.
like the Bills. Um, in this case, I mean, just amazing that we only have two undefeated teams left in the league. I mean, everything is working so well for the Bills in the conference right now. It's almost a dream come true, right? I do
Yeah.
think it's going to come down to Kansas City and Buffalo again. That's just my opinion. I don't see any other way. Um, and one other question is, do you think the Bills will showcase is the same as showcasing an attempt to trade him? Maybe Whittle, but I don't know how you feel about that. I think they're really just trying to get something out of him, considering what they're paying him. But hard to say.
I'm gonna
Hard to
be
say.
honest,
Could
man. I think Elijah Moore being featured so much early on is important to try to trade him. Like
could be.
I'm
Hmm.
I'd rather have Curtis Samuel
Hmm.
than
Yeah, I know
than,
that's
than Elijah
that's
Moore.
not an opinion that a lot of Bills fans would always approve of, but I'm actually in agreement with you. I think same as skill set brings something this team really needs more than Elijah Moore at this point.
Yep,
So yeah, so it should be
yep,
a
yep,
great
yep.
night at the stadium, and I like. Well, it's kind of funny you said that. I've been itching to go to Buffalo now. All of a sudden, I was like, I'm not going to go this year, but I don't know. One of these weeks, you never know. I may pull the trigger if the prices are right. You never know. So
Hey
one
man,
never
I'll be at
knows.
the.
Which one are you going to?
I'm gonna try to go to the Tampa Bay game and try to take my son up to that. But I'm
Okay,
definitely going up for the. I'll definitely be at the Bengals game. Definitely.
okay. I will. I can't be there that day. It's my wife's birthday that day, so I can't do that. But I
Right.
could probably, maybe the Tampa game. Who knows? I'm going to start sneaking. Maybe I'll surprise everybody and show up at the Mafia House in Lishan. I'll cruise. So we'll see. But that's
You'll
that's
see my
all.
son there.
That would be awesome. That would be a great day. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Well, that's all I
Yeah,
had
man.
on this Sunday. Hopefully, we improve to 5-0. And next week we'll review the Patriots Bills game, and I believe after that, do we play the Falcons on Monday night the week
Yes.
after? So another
Yep.
primetime game on the docket in a very unusual place. We don't play there that often in that new stadium, that beautiful stadium they have in Atlanta. So it should be a great night down there. So we'll pivot to that. Hopefully, as a 5-0 squad and control this division beyond our wildest dreams. So
Absolutely.
that that is
Absolutely.
all
I
I
like
had.
the way that sounds. All right, that's all I got too,
Well,
man. So
have a
everybody
great
have
night.
a great night. Be good. God bless.
Yep. Be good, do good, God bless, and go Bills, right? As the
There
Josh
we
Allen
go.
said, right? Yep.
Yeah, man.
Have a great
All
night.
right, brother. Have a
Go
good night.
Bills.
Go Bills, guys.